It's transfer rater time. Yes, it doesn't matter what time of the season it is. We always have room for a little transfer rater. It starts this week with David Alaba, Stevie. Now, he's been linked with many of the top clubs in Europe, but it seems now Man City have entered the fray. What do you make of that rumour?
I think that's all it is, a rumour. Listen, they've just gone and spent 40 plus million on Aki. They've not long got Diaz. Laporte's there. To get Alaba, you're going to have to spend a lot of money. And I don't see them at this late stage, having brought in Aki in particular, turning around and spending a lot of money in a centre-back. The other question is, would Alaba want to leave Bayern Munich and go to City? You could argue that Thiago Alcantara did that and went to Liverpool, but, Liverpool were European champions and the Premier League champions. So, listen, at the end of the day, the question is Alaba to City. Don't see it happening.
All right, next up is James Ward-Prowse to leave Southampton. He's been in fine form for the Saints of late. He seems to be resurgent under Hasenhüttl. Can you see him sticking around at the club that he's always been at?
I think it's up to him. The performances he's putting in, the goals he's scoring, the way he's passing the ball, just his general play and his consistency as much as anything else, because we always knew he had talent. I think it's up to him. The big guys, no question, want players that produce pieces of magic, and he's been doing that recently on a consistent basis. I would suggest that if he wants to stay at Southampton for the rest of his career, then he will sign a big loan contract. But if he doesn't take that contract, then that'll tell you that he wants a little bit of the limelight, certainly more of the limelight than he's getting at Southampton right now.
He's not in the England squad at the moment due to injury. He had to come out, which means that Jude Bellingham's got his chance, still just 17 years old. He's at Borussia Dortmund now, as we all know. But do you see him returning to the Premier League? That's a question that we're also asking today.
Well, let's be honest. The production line of Borussia Dortmund buying young players and then selling them to the Premier League is beginning to get old. You think of the amount of players. And not just British players, but Jude Bellingham will be another British player. Sancho looks as though he's the next one that will be coming to the Premier League. Jude Bellingham has only just arrived in Dortmund. Let's be honest, he's still a little wet behind the ears. 17 years old, as you said. I think he probably will end up in the Premier League, but I don't think it will be for 2 or 3 years yet. It'll be the same sort of timeline that the likes of Sancho and all the other Dortmund players that came to the Premier League will go through. So, yes, but not yet.
I said a return to the Premier League. I actually mean a return to England, because obviously he came from Birmingham City. Just to let you know, though, Stevie, Manchester United is one of the names that's been mentioned.
Well, we know what they're like. They can't get anything done, so forget that.
Now, a new rumour that has come out, and it's been gaining a bit of speed, is Cristiano Ronaldo to PSG, and the sporting director there, Leonardo, has not ruled it out. Can you see that happening?
I think if Mbappe leaves and goes to Real Madrid, then I can see that actually coming to fruition. The one thing against it right now would be wages. Where's the money coming from? You've already got Neymar, you've got Mbappe on huge contracts. I just don't see how they can afford to bring Ronaldo there while the other two are there. So watch this space. If Mbappe decides to go in this next window, then it wouldn't be a shock for Ronaldo to move to PSG at all.
Yeah, Leonardo did mention that PSG would be one of the only clubs who could afford him. But while we are talking about the Parisian giants, what about Neymar? The next one, Neymar to stay at PSG.
Well, I'm going to say yes, because recently there were, I guess they were just rumours, but that Neymar was asking about a new deal. And if a player is asking the club for a new deal, that means that in my strange brain that they want to stay. And I don't see PSG turning around and saying, no thanks very much, but on your way, because that's just not going to happen. So I would actually be surprised if he doesn't stay and sign a new deal. So he absolutely, I don't think he's going anywhere.
Yeah, and I think even the player himself has said that there is unfinished business there. So we do expect Neymar to stay at PSG for now.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.